Coffee and convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to the chat. It's funny, man. I always have this coffee mug, but I have this one and I don't want to use it. So, I want to keep it fresh. So, yeah, I always got the grimy one on. You already know what it is, man. But salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history, man. I see Stone Cold, Mondo, Dan, James, Demon Time, man. Hug D's, my brother, man. Martin from the other side of the pond, man. I see all my people, man. Salute to you guys. Make sure you wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. A lot to talk about today. I don't know if you guys are checking out Jaden Daniels Pro Day. We're going to break that down. Malik Neighbors put a hell of a show on. He's going to make some organization here very happy very soon. It looks like it may be the Giants. It looks like it may even be the Chargers. We may be facing Malik Neighbors twice a season. That sucks. But we're going to talk about the best remaining free agents left on the market. Also want to talk about some guys that actually fit what we're doing, some positional needs in free agency, because we already know what we're going to do in terms of the draft. We're going to attack best player available. But there's still some guys out there that can fit some roles on this team going into the draft. We're going to talk about that. Just a lot to unpack today, you guys. So stay tuned. We're going to take our time. We're going to have some fun today, man. Yeah, Hug. Neighbors rant of 4.35. And I love it, man, because, Jaden Daniels is out there celebrating with them. That's the kind of guy you love to have at the quarterback position, a guy that definitely is having a ball out there with his teammates. I don't know if you guys seen this too. Jaden Daniels officially 6'3.5", I believe, 210 pounds. 210 pounds. So, yeah, man, we still got to, if this is the move, and I don't know if you guys seen this, Vinny B put an article up today. Salute to him. AP, they asked him what kind of quarterback he wants. He says, I want a runner. I want a runner. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. The quarterbacks there that are available where we are drafting at 13, where is those runners that this guy is talking about? Where are they? Where are they? Bo Nix? No. Michael Penix Jr.? No. Potentially J.J. McCarthy, which now looks like he's solidified as a top 5 pick? No. He says he wants a runner. And, the only runner that we have on our roster right now is Anthony Brown. And he is there today at the LSU Pro Day, checking out his, the former guy that he actually, helped bring into Arizona State before he transferred to LSU, San Bernardino product, Jaden Daniels. He is out there watching right now. But it's just interesting, you guys, that he wants a runner. And then you look at it, right? Top 30 prospects that we're bringing in. Jordan Travis is one of them. The young pup from Florida State dealing with the leg injury. You only get 30 guys to bring in as your top 30 visits. Jordan Travis is one of them. So keep an eye on this, you guys. The dreams of moving up to go get Jaden Daniels aren't dead yet because of, all the chatter with the Commanders, potentially going J.J. McCarthy, with all the rumors of New England potentially moving out of the top 3 and their head coach saying you win by stocking up, more draft picks. They might try to move out of there. Arizona, if Marvin Harrison Jr. is gone at 4, they may move back and try to pick up some extra additional or draft picks because they have a shit ton of needs out there in Arizona. Something to keep an eye on. But AP saying, I want a runner. There's only a few of those guys out there, AP. And I know one of them, you have ties to and that you would love to bring into Las Vegas as your quarterback of the future. Definitely something to keep an eye on. But I'm hearing great things about Jaden Daniels' pro day. I got a chance to take a glimpse at some of it. The deep ball is beautiful. Pause if necessary. This guy has a nice arm. I seen a 60-yard bomb to Malik Neighbors. Seen some middle of the field, throws from Jaden Daniels. That's where, he gets a bunch, a lot of knocks in his game, by not attacking the middle of the football field. But, there's a shit ton of quarterbacks, you guys, including Patrick Mahomes and shit. We can talk about Josh Allen. There's a shit ton of the top superstar quarterbacks that don't really necessarily, pick apart the middle of the football field. So I don't want to beat Jaden Daniels up about that, but it looks as though he had a great pro day, 6'3.5", 210 pounds, and the deep ball was on full display with Malik Neighbors out there. So we'll talk about that a little bit more when all the news starts coming out. But it looks as though Jaden Daniels had a really good day at his pro day. Salute to Max. Just got done with QB1's pro day. Mr. J5 himself, he's going to look real nice, tossing that rock to Tay and scrambling for the silver and black. Salute to my dog, Max, on a $5 donation. Salute to James Moore. What's good, Graphk? Salute to you, King. I'm blessed. Highly favored, man. It's just a blessing to be here today talking football with you guys, man. Salute to James. Salute to King Ed, my guy, man. If you guys want to become a member of the channel like King Ed, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV Raiders Network. Raider fan, I'm seeing a lot of this as of late. Trade for Greg Newsome. Look, man, I don't think there's really necessarily a need to get rid of some draft capital to go get a Greg Newsome when there's still some veterans out there that you can bring in without having to part ways, with any draft capital. You know what I'm saying? And, we can get to it right now. Xavier Howard is still available out there. I know the ties to the Texans. He's from Houston, blah, blah, blah. They already brought a few guys in. They brought in CJ Henderson. I believe they brought in who was it? It was Jeff, right? Jeff, was it? I always butcher his last name, but the young pup from the Ohio State that really hasn't panned out at the next level yet. Didn't really do too much out there with Detroit. Looked pretty good with the Atlanta Falcons. I believe the Falcons brought him in too. Is it Jeff Ayu? I always butcher his last name. But I don't know if they necessarily need another corner, especially a veteran presence out there with the Texans. So Xavier Howard is definitely someone to keep an eye on. I don't know if you guys seen this, but yesterday, a guy that we were looking at, okay, Trey White, signed with the Rams. I had a feeling he was going to sign with the Rams. He signed a one-year deal, up to $10 million, $8.5 million for one season with incentives. He can get to $10 million. That is too rich for my blood, you guys. Trey White has not played a shit ton of football at all these past few seasons. That is a lot of money to bring in a guy that has dealt with injury after injury after injury. It's nasty, nasty work. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of money, man. So I'm wondering where Xavier Howard, where Adoree Jackson are, where they are right now in terms of what their asking price is. It looks as though they're going to have to take a one-year deal regardless, because it looks like none of these guys are going to get any multi-year deals. Xavier Howard's coming off of, an injury, season as well, where, he wasn't the guy he once was at an all-pro level. And Adoree Jackson, he's missed a lot of football as well, you guys. This is a guy that played well under Patrick Graham as in his time with the Giants, but he has dealt with injury after injury as well. He's missed a lot of football. So, but seeing Trey White get that bag, it really scares me, man. It makes me just feel like, Brandon Facyson, Jacorian Bennett, Jack Jones, the guys that we have, yeah, we need to bring in a veteran, but I don't want to spend a shit ton of money on a guy that potentially can come in and not play a lot of football for us because of the injuries. So, thank God this is a deep corner class, and we can definitely pinpoint one. But with Trey White going to the Rams for that one-year deal and us potentially not going in to get Adoree Jackson or Xavier Howard, number 13 is definitely in play for a corner, whether it's Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo or, Arnold out of Alabama. Keep an eye on that. But, I know a lot of us would like to get a quarterback there or trade up to go get one or potentially take a right tackle there. But I'm going to be real, you guys. Corner is definitely in play at this point at 13. Salute to Eddie. My guy, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Salute to Eddie Rodriguez. Salute to Raider JP also for becoming a member. Salute to my guy. Appreciate you. Akuda. Jeff Akuda. I always butcher his name. I always butcher his last name. But yeah, way too rich, Hug. There's no way, man. I'm not paying $8.5 million for Trey White when he might even give you 3 or 4 games a season. It doesn't make any sense. Salute to Hug. I got you, bro. I got you. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Definitely too young. Options right there, TNO8, right? I think Rock Ya-Sin is only still 26, 27 years old. Cameron Dantzler's still really young. I have no problem with bringing in one of those guys. Rock Ya-Sin came in for, a year with us, didn't really pan out. He played really well, went on the field. But I wouldn't be against taking a look at one of these guys, taking a flyer, 1-year deal on a Cameron Dantzler or Rock Ya-Sin. All good. I'd rather do that than pay a shit ton of money to bring in a veteran that has dealt with injuries, left and right. Salute to TNO8. Salute to my brother Brave in the building, man. You already know. Talk that shit. Salute to Money Man. Writing is on the wall. Raiders will get JD. I mean, the more and more you see AP talk, and the more and more you say, it goes through Aiden O'Connell. It's just funny to me that everything goes through Aiden O'Connell. But you want a runner at the quarterback position, like make it make sense. I think you're kind of tipping your hat a little bit. You're kind of showing your cards here a little bit, AP. You're kind of letting the people know where you want to go in terms of the quarterback position. I know you have to say all the right things about Aiden O'Connell. He is a guy that went out there and won you some football games, as an interim head coach. I know that you want to build him up and make sure that he's, taking this offseason very seriously. I love it. Put some pressure on the young man. You know what I mean? But for him to say you want a runner, I mean, all signs are pointing to Aiden O'Connell not being the guy, because he is a statue in the pocket. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. Salute to Raider Vengeance, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. As always, salute to everybody, man. That's always, man, donating memberships. I appreciate you guys so much, man. For real. Welcome all the new members here in the building. While I say that, man, my brother Hug gives 5 OLV Raider Nation memberships. Salute to my brother, man. I appreciate you, King. Thank you so much, my brother. Salute to all the new members here in the building. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here. Dan says AOC is getting a leg transplant. Facts. We're going to talk about some other things today, too, you guys. I don't know if you've seen this ridiculous. At this point, I just believe anybody can get a job at Bleacher Report. A ridiculous article that just dropped on Bleacher Report. I think it was like 2 or 3 potential splash trades that the Raiders can make right now before the NFL draft. Top hypothetical trades. I don't know if you guys seen this, but it's just nasty work. Look, no disrespect. Salute to Alex Valentine. I know this is the season where everybody's trying to get their clicks. Everybody's trying to, make sure that they, still reach their quotas at this point when they're working for the respective, companies. I get it. Everybody's trying to get clicks after click after click. I get it. I understand it. But some of this shit, man, is just insane to me. Okay. Trade up to 4 for JJ McCarthy. Okay. The Cardinals received 2024 first round pick, number 13 overall, 2024 third round pick, number 77 overall, and a 2025 first round pick. Raiders receive 2024 first round pick, number 4 overall. Now, this doesn't sound too bad, okay? If you're moving up to 4 and JJ McCarthy's your guy, I have no problem with this trade. You're really giving up a first this year, third this year, and a first next year. I have no problem. That's the cost of being the boss. I'm not mad about this, okay? The player, JJ McCarthy, I don't know if it makes a ton of sense for us. Minnesota likes him. Apparently, the Commanders may like him. New England, keep an eye on them. But, not mad at this right here. I think that we move on from that draft capital. If Jaden Daniels was still available there, I think we would move up. I don't know if you would move up for JJ McCarthy. But this was the one that kind of irked me the wrong way. And I got to share this screen real quick, guys, so you guys can actually see this. This is how bad journalism is these days, okay? Look at this. A stunning AFC West move. Everyone sees Patrick Surtain here. Tell me what's wrong right here, y'all. Tell me what's wrong here. What's wrong here? Apparently, we're going to trade a first and second round pick this year, which is a lot for a corner, one of the greatest corners in the league right now, right? But a first and a second, when you can just go out and get an Arnold or go get a Quinyon Mitchell. Apparently, if we make a trade with the Denver Broncos, you guys, the Kansas City Chiefs receive number 13 and number 44 overall. So apparently, for us to get Patrick Surtain, we have to send a first and second round pick this year to Kansas City. So Denver gets nothing in the deal. Denver gets absolutely nothing in the deal. Okay. Mind you, I don't think that Denver will try to trade Patrick Surtain within the division anyway. But apparently, Denver gets nothing. The Chiefs get even more. And we give up a first and a second. I've never seen a trade where Denver gives up a star corner and Kansas City picks up a first and a second round pick, but we get the talent. A little different. Okay. We'll go there. And then we're going to go right here. The other quarterback trade option. Okay. Michael Penix Jr. We've talked about this. The Niners receive 2024 second round pick, number 44 overall, which I understand. 2024 fifth round pick. So we give up a 4, a 5, and then another fourth round pick in 2025 to move back up into the first round at number 31 overall. That's a lot of capital, you guys. That's a lot of capital. Don't get me wrong. You know, if he's the guy there and he's available at 31 and the Niners want to play ball with us, I understand the move. But to give up a second round pick, a fifth round pick, and then a fourth round pick, I don't know. This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not. But 3 picks to move up with the Niners to do business, to move up a few spots to go get Michael Penix. I personally, you know, look, give him the 5th round, the 2nd round. Cool. Move on. Or, you know, just give him the 4th this year, give him the 2nd. Basically to pay the cost, you're giving him your 2nd round pick and you're giving him a 4th round pick. I think that's a lot, man, to move up to 31 to do it. 3 picks, our 2nd this year, our 5th this year, and the 4th next year. It's a lot, man. That's a lot to move up to go get him. So, yeah, I'm not, me personally, I am not doing that at all. Real quick, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. Hold on. I got to text my wife and let her know I'm live. Smoking that D&D. Smoking that D&D. Yeah, we only have 8 picks this year, you guys. We only have 8 picks. Wishful thinking, Sholo. Wishful thinking. Nah, bro, that shit ain't leather, man. It ain't leather. Is there another move that I seen? I could have swore. I think this one pretty much just let me know, like, you know what, man? Anybody can get a gig over there. Was the Patrick Surtain move? It's nasty work out here in these streets, man. It's definitely not leather at all. Salute to Redbone. Salute to the 718 people in the building, whether you are watching on Twitter or YouTube. Do me a favor, you guys. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Also, man, just wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. It helps us over here at OLV Raiders Network remain in the algorithm on YouTube, and it definitely just helps, you know, for us to continue to grow. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah. Like, yeah. Nasty work. So you're moving up to 4 to go get J.J. McCarthy. If you're moving up to 4, you're going to get Jaden Daniels. Yeah. Who the fuck are you, fam? Salute to Kick Nuts. Tommy says, I want Justin Simmons and draft Arnold or Mitchell at 13. That with adding Wilkins to our D-line would be insane. Defense wins championships. Salute to Tommy. I agree with you, brother. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about today was there's still some veterans out there, man, that's available, you guys. You know what I mean? And look, Justin Simmons is going to cost an arm and a leg. The guy is an all-pro guy, one of the best safeties in the league. You know, Denver moved on from him because of, you know, the cap hit. They didn't want to spend that kind of money, you know, on bringing back one of the better safeties in the league. You know, he's not the same that he once was in coverage. I'm not going to act like he's just that guy still, but he still plays at a very, very high level. I would definitely take a look at Justin Simmons. You know, when you see Philly already go out there and target their guy, you see all these other teams that needed safeties. It looks as though, man, Justin Simmons, his stock is continuing to drop. And I mean, what I mean by stock, I just mean money in free agency. At this point, I'm going to be real. I love what we're doing at the safety position. I would rather not draft one. I love the idea of giving Chris Smith some reps this year in year 2. Our young 5th round pick out of Georgia, former captain of those, national championship football teams. Marcus Sepps is on a 1-year deal. He played pretty well for us last year, but we could definitely use an upgrade at the safety position. If you can go get one of the better safeties in this in free agency and not have to pay him a massive amount of money, I mean, we can still kick back a little bit and let that, let him come to us. Let that market, build itself. Don't go out there and set the market. But I would love to have Justin Simmons on this defense. Could you guys imagine having Christian Wilkins and then going to get another all-pro guy? And I know Christian Wilkins at this point hasn't been an all-pro or a Pro Bowl guy. He had an all-pro year last year. I don't give a shit what anyone says. You know what I'm saying? But I could only imagine if you miss out on one of these corners, okay? Let's just say you don't get Xavier Howard. You don't get a Dory Jackson. You don't get one of the Steven Nelsons of the world, kind of a journeyman, but he's played pretty well everywhere he's went. I would not be against going out and saying, we got all this money. We're probably not going to spend any money at we already got our running back in free agency, right? There's no real reason. You got Madison. Wide receiver is not necessarily a need. But I seen something out there, you guys, where Tyler Boyd may be available for that $7 to $8 million range. This is a guy that can give you over 800 yards damn near every year. And I think he's had over 1,000 yards one time in his career also. And that's playing behind T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase out there. I wouldn't be against going to get Tyler Boyd and put him in the slot, keep Jacoby on the outside, keep Devontae on the boundary, and then kind of move him around a little bit because Tyler Boyd can play on the perimeter as well. Definitely, this is something to keep an eye on. I don't want to pay a wide receiver. I've said this since day one. I do not want to pay a wide receiver. But Tyler Boyd for $7, $8 million a season, and then you moved on from Hunter Renfrow where you're paying him a shit ton of money. You get a better option for cheaper. Not against that. Not against that. If these guys went out there and said, you know what, we want to go get another receiver in free agency, we don't want to wait for those mid to later rounds to go get one in this upcoming draft, I would not be against paying Tyler Boyd that $7 to $8 million range just for one season. Bring him in for a season. Bring him in for a year. Bring him in for a 2-year deal. That second year having to be a team option. At this point, Tyler Boyd has been a free agent for a long time now. And he's just waiting for someone, to come in for his services. I would love to have Tyler Boyd as that third receiver on this roster. And potentially, you guys, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Love Jacoby, but Tyler Boyd could potentially be that wide receiver too. I know that, Jacoby does all the dirty work, great blocker. He does it all. I love Jacoby Myers. I think that he's one of the most underrated wide receivers in this league. But at the end of the day, if you could bring in a Tyler Boyd and have him, and then you have Trey Tucker still at this point is kind of like that, guy you can still put in the slot and have him be like that gadget player, maybe nasty, man. It may be nasty. But Justin Simmons is available. Tyler Boyd, Calais Campbell, another guy that is getting up there in age. He says he wants to continue his career. Could you imagine bringing him in, a guy that can still get to the quarterback? I think he had somewhere around, what did he have last year, you guys? Like 4.5 sacks? I'm going to see what he did last year. He's 37 years old, and he's still playing really good football at this point. He was one of those guys that really helped turn that Atlanta Falcons defense around. Let me see. I'm trying to find. Boom. Oh, last year, 6.5 sacks. 6.5. 6.5. 6.5 sacks. This is still a guy that can get to the quarterback on the defensive side of the football. If you have him on the defensive line next to Christian Wilkins with Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby on the edge, could you imagine? I mean, he did all this pretty much without a real top of the line edge rusher out there in Atlanta. Could you imagine bringing in Calais, sitting him next to Christian Wilkins with Max, with Malcolm Kuntz? That defensive line would be unstoppable. At 37 years old, you guys, he had 6.5 sacks in Atlanta. And like I said before, they still, like this year, they're going edge rusher. They're going edge rusher. They need another edge. I could only imagine bringing him in, a guy that can also get to the quarterback from the middle of your defensive line. So then you got Calais Campbell coming off 6.5 sacks. Adam Butler, I believe, had 5 sacks last year. He's re-signed to a 1-year deal, and it was only it's under $2 million. Adam Butler stayed here because he wants to remain a Raider, you guys. I think real quick, we have to give Adam Butler his flowers. Salute to Adam Butler. He wanted to be a Raider. He could have got more money than that in the open market. He said, I want to, the AP effect is real, you guys. He stayed there and said, I want to play next to Max. I want to play with Malcolm Kuntz. I want to play with Tyree Wilson. I love that, man. Adam Butler could have got way more money than that. But John Jenkins, another guy that had a career year with us, nose tackle, also up there in age, but he came back one more year, and if you could bring Calais Campbell in, a guy that can still, let's just say he gets you 5 sacks this season. Let's just say he gives you Adam Butler's production with Adam Butler still on the roster as a depth piece. You can't lose. You can't lose. I would definitely bring in Calais on a 1-year deal. This is more of a realistic move for me. A guy in Calais that can kick inside, kick outside. He can do it all. You got to line him up as an edge rusher on the outside. He'll do it. Defensive tackle. He'll do it. Justin Simmons is a pipe dream. Going to cost a lot of money. Doesn't necessarily fit a need, but at the end of the day, you always want to better your team, right? If you could bring in a star like Justin Simmons, I would love it. Tyler Boyd is not necessarily a need, and I still want to attack the defensive side of the football in free agency. So I would say if you brought in Tyler Boyd, it's $7-8 million for a season, I would love it. I would love it. That O gets better, but not necessarily a need. Calais Campbell definitely fits a need. He fits what we're doing here. He is a nasty, nasty football player, and 37 years old, still playing at a high clip. I would definitely bring in Calais on a 1-year deal, and hopefully he ends his career on a high note with us out there in Las Vegas. Who else, man, are we looking at? A whole bunch of other talent out there that's still available. We talked about Adoree Jackson a million times, you guys. Like I said before, played really well under Graham, but I'm really worried about all those injuries that he's sustained as well. He's missed a shit ton of football. Xavier Howard, veteran, a guy that you can bring in, which, hopefully he can still play at a high level. I think he fits what Graham is doing on the defensive side of the football, but I would still look at Stephon Gilmore. I would look at Gilmore. If you could bring in Gilmore on a 1-year deal, I know Carolina's looking at him at this point. I know he's from Charlotte, so I know that he would love to play in his home, on the way out. His career is almost over, you guys, but I don't know why you would want to end your career playing for the Carolina Panthers. I understand it's a home thing and, you're from there and it's the crib and so on and so forth. But why? When you won a championship already, when you won a defensive player of the year, when you're coming off a season where you were in the playoffs with the Dallas Cowboys, like, why would you want to end your career going home to play for the Carolina Panthers? I don't see it making any sense. They're so far away from being a playoff team. I mean, shit, they're so far off from being a team that's just competitive within their own division. You know what I mean? I don't see it. Holla at Gilmore, man. Bring in Gilmore. I would love to bring in Gilmore and Calais Campbell at this point, 1-year deals, and let's wrap this free agency shit up. Let's wrap it up. Bring in Calais Campbell, 1-year deal. You know what I mean? Bring in Gilmore, 1-year deal, and let's wrap this shit up. Let's wrap it up. Salute the Raider Pace. What up, bro? What's the most you give up to get to pick 3 or 2? And what do you think those teams couldn't say no to? It just depends on what these teams, how they value the quarterback that is there, Pace. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about it numerous times in the past, right? That we'd be willing to get rid of, 3 first-round picks to go up and get Jaden Daniels. If AP believes in that guy that much and Tom Telesco believes in him that much, then, hey, man, you're going to have to say, take my first this year at 13, maybe our third this year, and then give up a bunch of future firsts. You know what I mean? But it has to make sense. Me personally, I don't really know. I don't really know. But if you're going to go all in and try to get the guy this year, AP said he wants a runner. Jaden Daniels is the runner. The Commanders aren't sold on him at 2, then make the call. Make the call. But it's going to cost you a lot of draft capital, Pace. A lot. I'm looking at maybe 3 first-round picks and maybe 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 seconds. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Salute the Pace. Let me see. Devin says, I'm just going to take a victory lap after the draft. Once they do what they think they're going to do, I think they're going to do, and it's not Jaden Daniels. Well, Devin, hey, give us a little tidbit, brother. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Jalen Ramsey will not be moved, you guys. He already restructured his deal. We talked about this a lot. He helped Miami free up some cap space, free up some cap space in order to move around a little bit in free agency. He's not going anywhere. 6'3", 210. Make you feel better about that thin frame grab? I'm still very much afraid of Jaden Daniels, you guys. It would be such a Raider ass move to move up, go get, the guy that you think is going to be the guy of the future. And then, he's just not. That's a very, very scary thing. It's tough hug to And mind you, I've said this before in the past, you guys, move up, go get your guy. If you believe in him, go get him. This is the year to do it, right? But it's easier to live with saying taking Michael Penix at 13 and it doesn't work out than giving up a shit ton of draft capital, moving up to 2 or 3, and then you just don't have you gave up a lot for a guy that didn't pan out. That's a tough thing. That's a tough pill to swallow. You know what I mean? But like I said before, I'm not the head coach, you guys. I'm not the GM. If AP is sold on Jaden Daniels, which, you know, hey, AP is a defensive-minded guy. You know, if he can sell Tom Telesco on this and they go get him, great. I'm here for it. I just hope that they have a plan. I hope that, you know, they continue to build that O-line up in the draft and they protect this young guy. And I hope that they figure out a way to mentally get him out of those reps where he's running into contact, because at the next level, it is brutal. It is brutal. Some of those collegiate guys, they can hit Jaden Daniels, you know, cool. You're not going to be able to live through that shit in the NFL doing that over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So if they could somehow, some way protect the kid and say, look, we want you to run, but, you know, you got to protect yourself. We got to figure out a way where you're not just taking off and running into these fucking 400-pound motherfuckers on the defensive line and these big-time linebackers that absolutely take your life. You know what I mean? Let me see. Daniels has to learn how to slide. AJ, this is facts, bro. Facts. Salute the hug, man. Let me see. Daniels, okay. Guys in the gym with Max. And Sean, look, I know, man, you know, he'll definitely hit the gym. You know, he'll definitely get a dietitian and get his body right. You know what I mean? It's just, so, you know, will he be ready this season? Will he be ready? Will he be ready to be the guy? Will he be ready to take that kind of contact at the next level? I don't know. Well, I'm not against this, brother. Salute to the get off my lawn gang. Raiders should draft Talise Fuaga at 13 if he's there. Look, that's one of my guys where I've been said I'm okay with taking that guy, you know, at right tackle to continue to build the trenches up. The offensive side of the ball, you know, the trenches, they still got to be addressed. We still need another guard. We still need a tackle. I'm not against using 13 to go get Fuaga. I would love it. I would love it out of Oregon State. Trade a 4th and perhaps 2025 picks to move up from 44 for Penix. If somebody would play ball with us, definitely down to hear it. Salute to my guy. Let me see. Salute to everybody here, man. Devin, look, I've never said that I wanted to enter this season with Aiden O'Connell was the guy. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming you're talking to a few people here in the chat because I've never said that. You know what I mean? Yeah, he played pretty well for us, you know, last season, but I'm still not sold yet. You know what I mean? But I kind of agree with you. You know what I'm saying? If you go into the season with the idea of Aiden being the guy, we may be in for a long road. But let me tell you this: if you continue to just build that defense up, Dev, you know what I mean, and you build that O-line up that'll protect Aiden, you know what I mean, and I think we'll be okay. I'm not expecting Aiden to take the league by storm, but if you continue to build that defensive side of the football and you become one of those top 5, top 7 defenses in the NFL, and you still have the moving parts around them on the offense, you got Devontae, you got Trey Tucker, which they have a rapport already. You got Jacoby, they have a rapport already. You go get maybe another receiver in this year's draft in those mid to later rounds. You continue to add to the ground game. Go get a Ray Davis out of Kentucky. Go get a Bucky Irvin out of Oregon. Go get a Braylon Allen out of Wisconsin. You continue to add to the offensive side of the football. I think he'll be okay. But I agree with you. You're not taking the league by storm by you know, having Aiden O'Connell starting as a quarterback going into this upcoming season. I agree. But do I believe that we can still win with them? I do. But I don't know if, you know, if a team with Aiden O'Connell is going to beat Patrick Mahomes twice this season. I don't know if he's going to potentially be able to beat a Josh Allen in the playoffs, potentially beat a Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Can you beat a Joe Burrow in the playoffs? Salute to Dev. Cap, look, I agree with you, brother. I'm not saying, look, you guys know I like Aiden O'Connell a lot. I like him a lot, you know what I mean? But I know what I watched last year. You know what I'm saying? I know what I've seen in that particular system. Yes, Getsy has a different system, and it's going to look a lot different, with James Craig calling the O-line and Getsy, implementing his scheme out there in Las Vegas. It's going to look definitely different. You know what I mean? But it can look good. It can look better, or it can look bad, Cap. That's the thing. You always have to look at every single, every single thing in the equation. We don't know, right? We don't know. That can go both ways. It can be better or it can be bad. It can get worse. We don't know. Who's to say? We'll see going into training camp what he'll look like in terms of Getsy's system and, if he's the play caller, the signal caller moving forward. Let me see. If they build the right type of defense up, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It's just like in Kansas City, the Kansas City game on Christmas. And I agree with you, Fresno. That was a great game. We're all going to celebrate that game. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm over that high. Okay. Yeah, we beat Kansas City. Yeah. Great. Cool. Yeah. That's a damn shame that's like our Super Bowl last year. Cool. They went on to win the Super Bowl in our place. Aiden didn't do that, and plus his stats were not great at all by any means, Fresno, at all. The defense played a big part, in that game, but they won a Super Bowl in our place. Look, y'all. Can we get over, talking about this game? And no disrespect to you, Fresno. Much love, brother. I'm not celebrating that game anymore. I'm not buying into the whole we figured the Chiefs out. We got in there. Man, fuck all that. Y'all gonna have to prove that shit. You have to prove that shit. Prove it to me. Because Christmas, regular season is different than the playoffs when shit matters the most. Area 51, salute to my guy in the $2 donation. Graphk, I really like Daniel's deep ball. No diddy. Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. He could definitely fling that thing, bro. Pause if necessary. Salute to my guy. Salute to everybody, man. Let me see. I think my brother Mike Downs also. Salute to all the new members, man. Salute to my guy Mike Downs. Always supporting what we do over here at OLV Raiders Network, man. Salute to my guy. Salute to all the new members. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV Raiders Network, man. We talked about Xavier Howard. We talked about some potential free agents, Calais Campbell. I'm going to say this, you guys. I said it just a minute ago for those who are just pulling into the show. If we're going to wrap this free agency thing up, I don't want to pay any money for O-line. That guard market is insane. Even AP didn't think that the guard market was going to be that intense. It's insane. Go get you another guard in free agency. In the draft. Tackle, I'm just not paying money on the offensive line in free agency. If you're gonna go do anything, go get you a couple of veterans and let's move on. You know what I mean? And there's no linebackers out there. Go get you one in the draft. A veteran corner. We've already talked about all the possible players that we could potentially bring in. I'm saying right now, if you can leave this free agency period with Christian Wilkins, you go get Gilmore on a 1-year deal, and you bring in the Calais Campbell to help solidify even more, solidify the defensive line even more than what we've already done. I think you won free agency. I think you've won free agency. AJ, no Isaiah Simmons, man. I'm not a fan of him, man. I thought that he was going to be, that next, big time linebacker coming out of Clemson. In that draft, I thought that he was going to be that hybrid, great in coverage, playing a run. He's not, hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out. You know what I mean? I'm cool. I don't want to bring in an Isaiah Simmons. I'm good. I like what we have at the linebacker position. Just go get you one in the draft and potentially go get you maybe one or two at UDFAs, and let's continue to build that room through the draft. But I'm cool with going to get a veteran corner and bringing in potentially another veteran defensive tackle / edge rusher in Calais Campbell. I think that would be a great free agency for us. My dog, man. Let me see. Ten Command says Simmons might be a scheme fit. Look, we got Divine Diablo, man. We got Divine Diablo. He has one more year left on his deal. He has a lot to prove in his contract year. A converted safety, 10 Commandments, right? I still want to see more out of him in coverage. I want to see, Divine Diablo come up with some picks. I want to see him stay healthy. If you can stay healthy this season and start showing your worth more in coverage as a converted safety, you know what I mean? I know he gets a shit ton of tackles, but I'm still want to give Divine Diablo this upcoming season to see what he has. I think that he fits what we're doing more than an Isaiah Simmons. I'm going to be real with you. Red Eye Nation, there's only one move that we go get, to be real with you, brother. Salute to you on a $2 donation. I don't think that we trade up at all from 13 up unless it's Jaden Daniels. I don't think there's another player out there that this regime likes enough to go up and get. I don't think there's a right tackle that they want to go up and get. I don't think that there's anything, a corner that may go in the top. I don't think that there's anything there at 13 outside of Jaden Daniels that they would trade up for. Now, if you're trading up from the second round, it may be a Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr. type thing if you're trying to get to the back end of the first round to go identify a quarterback. So that's what I would say. Any trade up, regardless, Red Eye, is going to be for a quarterback. If you're going from 13 to the top 4 or 5 picks, it's Jaden Daniels. If you go from the second round to trying to get back into the first round, it's Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix. That's what I assume. Or maybe a wild card, Spencer Rattler. Maybe they trade up from the third round to get back into the second to take Spencer Rattler. Either way, I think trading up, regardless, is going to be a quarterback. Let me see. Salute to my guy Cheese Man in the building, man. Salute to my dog. Yo, J-Rock, I got it. Real quick. I got it at a place called Shields, man. I actually got the Bo shirt on under this, but got it at a place called Shields out here, brother. Let me see. Salute to my guy Cheese. As always, my brother on the $10 donation. I don't want to see nefarious Raider defense built on 1 to 2 year deals. Regardless of offensive holes, even at quarterback, let's draft defensive heavy and start something that surpasses the 2000s Ravens legends. Ooh, talk that shit, Cheese. I like that because think about it. Right now, Tyree, a big part of this defense moving forward, rookie deal. Christian Wilkins just signed a massive deal. He'll be there for a long time. Max Crosby, signed a new deal, and we'll probably end up extending him here soon as well. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be here for the long term. Adam Butler, 1-year deal. John Jenkins, 1-year deal. Malcolm Kuntz, 1-year deal at this point. Divine Diablo, 1-year deal. Spillane, 1-year deal. Merrick, 1-year deal. Epsy, 1-year deal. Yeah, man, there's a lot of 1-year deals left on this roster. Then you got Jacorian Bennett, rookie deal. Hopefully he gets it together in year 2. You got Jack Jones. I believe he has 2 years left on his deal. Nate Hobbs, 1 year left on his deal. So yeah, man, there's a shit ton of 1-year deals left on this defensive side of football. I agree with you, Cheese. And some of those guys need to translate from last year. The Byron Youngs of the world out of Alabama, drafted in the 3rd round. Hopefully he could become something on that defensive line. So when Butler and John Jenkins and those guys move on, maybe he is a guy that can come in and help us immediately. Nesta Jade last year, 7th round pick, Arizona State. Chris Smith. Hopefully he is the guy at safety, 5th round guy, rookie deal. But you're right, Cheese. I definitely agree with you, man. I definitely agree with you. You don't want to go through this defense can definitely, after next year, can change. What if we end up with a top 5 defense and then we have a shit ton of these guys on 1-year deals and you can't bring them all back? You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to draft a lot of these guys replacements. You're not going to be able to pay, Nate Hobbs, Malcolm Kuntz, Merrick, and all these guys at once. You're going to have to potentially let a few of them walk. And that's a scary thing, man. So you definitely need to draft right on the defensive side of the football. And I agree with you, man. Go heavy on the defensive side of the football. All I ask for in this year's draft, Cheese, is a running back in the later rounds, potentially, a wide receiver in that 6th to 7th round, somewhere you could potentially bring in a steal, and a guard and a tackle. I know that's asking for a lot because there's 4 picks there, but you have to still build up the offensive line. Go get you a corner, go get you, maybe you get another edge rusher in the later rounds, right? I don't think you really need to worry about the defensive tackle position too much because we did a lot, this offseason. You could potentially still fill it up in free agency with the likes of a Calais Campbell. But you're right. Got to get a quarterback too. That's the thing that sucks, Cheese. It's like you want to go all in on the defensive side of the football, but there's so many holes on the offensive side of the ball. You got to get a quarterback, which is the most, serious position in the NFL. And then you got there's still other holes. The guard, the whole right side of O-line is still questionable. So I hear you. I agree with you, but it's like this is kind of It's going to be interesting, the way we address, the draft. That's why I say now, if you go get a Calais Campbell and a Stephon Gilmore, though, you can kind of fill in those holes in the draft and not have to worry about it. Yes, they're only on 1-year deals, but, free, you can draft again next year, free agency next year. There's potentially some players that may be asking for trades. What if the Miami Dolphins shit the bed this year, you guys? And they definitely can. They definitely can. What if they're not the same team they were last year? What if Tua goes down? God forbid. Like Jalen Ramsey may be saying, "Hey, y'all, I want to leave. I don't want to be here." And then the trade deadline, you're potentially looking at bringing in a Jalen Ramsey. You're potentially, looking at some of these big name guys that are trying to go to better spots for their careers at the trade deadline. That's why I think that Tom Telesco is going to hold on to some of this money. Going into the season. I know we get free up a lot more money post June 1st with Jimmy G. I think we're going to hold on to some of this bread. I don't think that Calais Campbell is going to cost a lot of money. I don't think that Gilmore is going to cost a lot of money. So I would look at those two guys and just keep it moving. Hold on to the rest of your money. Go into the season with a comfortable amount of bag left for that trade deadline, and we can still cook up some things. Salute to Cheese with a great comment, man. Salute to the 1,000+ people in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Salute to Jay Schilling. The most stressful thing is finding the quarterback. Pray we find the right guy that can finally be our future superstar. I agree with you, Jay. I agree with you, brother. Definitely agree with you, man. Salute to my guy. Got to get it right this year, man. Got to get it right at the quarterback position. Let me see. I can see that, Walt. Them going up to get JJ. I can see that. Can definitely see it, man. Let me see. I like Pratt, man. Salute to Richard Hardy as well, my brother, man. Salute to you. I like Pratt. I'm just not a huge fan, of drafting him this year. I don't think he's going to be that guy at the next level. Let me just say that. I know he's done nothing but win at Tulane. He's a baller, but that's not a guy that I want to get. If you're going to get a quarterback this year, get a quarterback. Get one of them ones. I don't think that the young pup out of Tulane is going to be that dude. To be real with you guys, I think that Pratt may be a career backup, and I don't want to shit on the kid. Like, I'm not going to, say, oh, he's only played against this type of competition, because I like smaller school guys. Like, they come in with a chip on their shoulder when they get into the NFL. I just don't buy the hype. I like him. I think he's a good quarterback, especially at the collegiate level. I don't know if it's going to translate to the NFL level. Let me see. Hey, Brave, I'm not going to act like that's something that hasn't crossed my mind, brother. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, we cut him because of the price tag. He may say, look, Christian Wilkins is there. My best friend is still there. This is the only team that I know. I don't want to move out of Vegas. That'd be something, that'd be interesting. But I'm gonna be real with you, Brave. I just think that ship is sailed, brother. I do. I think he'll end up potentially in Carolina, potentially in New Orleans. I think he'll end up probably on one of those NFC teams. Maybe even what if he ended up in Buffalo? I could see him with Josh Allen. I'd be a cold little grab for them. But I just think that ship is sailed. Yes, Fresno, I definitely do. But I think that Tom Telesco was kicking back and saying, look, we would love to bring Greg Van Roten back to be that rotational guard, spotty starter here and there. But they're just letting the market, die down a little bit, because they're watching all these other guys, the Robert Hunts, get $100 million type shit, right? Which is insane. And so we don't know what Greg Van Roten would be asking for on the off, as a guard at this point. I think they're just kind of letting the market die down. I don't think that Van Roten's market is insane. I don't think there's too many teams looking at him. I would love to bring back Greg Van Roten. It kind of eases the blow, in free agency by missing out on those other guards. And then you can go attack it in the draft. But I would love it. And hopefully a cheap option. Let me see. What's funny, man? I don't even know if Williams is a guarantee. Like, it's always a crapshoot with quarterbacks. But I agree with you in the sense of, if I had to pick someone that was a guarantee, it'd be Caleb Williams. And I know he's catching a lot of flack, and right now, the pink phone and and so on and so forth. I'm gonna be real, y'all. I think he did that deliberately. I think he now at this point, I think he's playing into this whole shit with the media, calling him sweet and all this other shit. But also, I believe he was at a ladies, what was it, a women's basketball game or something like that, right? Or like it was something like a women's sporting event. Maybe he was just out there trying to, support the women. I don't know. But I don't really care about what you have on your phone, what your nails look like. If you can play ball, you can play ball. But I'm going to tell you one thing. That Chicago Bears fan base, they going to cook that boy. They going to cook that boy. I actually feel bad for Caleb Williams. Like, I think he'd be better off ending up with the Commanders or going to New England. Like, bro, that fan base in Chicago is a rabid fan base. They will literally pick that man apart. I don't know if Caleb's going to be able to get away with a lot of that shit out there in Chicago, man. It's nasty work. It's nasty work, man. There you have it. Shit, maybe even more than that, Chris, to be honest. And that could be it, Cap. That could be it. Either way, I'm not looking into it, too crazy. Is what it is. I think he was out there supporting, I don't know who it was, a women's team. I think it was the USC basketball team. Is what it is. Gamer, to be real with you, there's nothing to think about. I think Harrison Jr. already knows that he's one of the, if not number one, number two, he's a top 3 wide receiver in this draft, right? I have him as 1. You know what I mean? But there's nothing really to prove. Nothing really to prove. I'm not mad at him for missing out on any of that. Go look at the film. Go look at the tape. A lot of these guys, man, they go out here and they hurt their hamstring or they pull something or, they tear their ACLs or some shit and then boom, they're cooked. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that he's trying to, go out there and potentially hurt himself. You got to realize this too, Gamer. His dad is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. His dad is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. I guarantee you he's leaning on him and saying, don't do that shit, man. Don't do that shit. Hold it. You're still going to be a top 5, top 7 at worst pick. You're going to get a shit ton of money. I think his dad is telling him don't go out there and do that shit. I don't think he's a diva at all, Cap. I don't. I think he's just a great football team, a football player that knows his worth. That's the thing. We got to kill that whole narrative of being a diva and all. If you know you're good, you know your worth, man. You got to stop. We got to stop calling people divas and shit like that, Cap. We can't do that, man. You can't put a label on somebody because they don't want to go out there and potentially hurt themselves or have their stock drop. You know what I mean? Just to go out there and just to impress us, impress some scouts. Everybody knows how good this kid is, man. What the fuck what go out there for what? For what? That's weird to me, bro. Like, hey, he's a diva. Like, come on, man. You gotta kill that shit, bro. You gotta kill that, man. Potentially go out there and lose millions of dollars to go out there and run a few laps. Ain't no damn way, bro. So what? And some of these guys, man, do you remember Marvin Harrison? Do you remember his dad? That man was a humble he didn't want to talk to the media and shit either. Maybe he's just like his dad. Marvin did his dad, man, he was the most humble, relaxed dude in the world. He never wanted to talk to he's not one of them ones. Sounds personal to me, Cap. It sounds like he may have knocked down one of your exes or something, King. But what's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? Is it personal? Is it personal? Yeah, man. Salute to my brother, man. Bro, it's the mentality of people acting like these guys are show ponies. It's crazy, man. It's nasty work. Nasty work. I don't care if the game was different back then than what it is, Cap. Everything's different now, bro. Everything's different. But that just, look, man, and to be real with you, yeah, everything's different. Look, you want to watch me? Look, there's Instagram now. There's Twitter. There's Facebook. There's TikTok. There's all that shit. Like, bro, and there's enough to watch him. You can watch him everywhere. You can watch him everywhere. Why you want to watch me over here? Why you want to watch me in front? You can watch me everywhere. Salute to LBC, man. My God, man. Appreciate you. If you guys want to become a member, like my brother LBC Raider, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here, man. Appreciate you, King. But, Cap, you my guy, though, brother. I love you, man. You my guy. But, sometimes we got to have a debate, man. Sometimes we got to have a debate. Oh, okay. You said I hate Ohio. Come on, Cap. Come on, bro. He said maybe it's because I hate Ohio State. Come on. Come on, man. My dog. Docs, this is the reason why I watch you, because you hold us on through the slowest part of the season and make it interesting. Salute to my dog, man. Hey, man, I always tell everybody, I told my team, you can ask Wasted. He's in the chat. I said, the offseason, man, that's what makes champions, bro. And that's in regards to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, the offseason, man, creates champions, bro. You know what I mean? And I feel like, we would do a disservice by not covering, our team in the offseason. You know what I mean? The way we do during the season, man. Nah, man, this it'd be easy for me to go get a regular job, regular 9 to 5 in the off season and just shake that shit and get back to, to form for the regular. That's not what we do over here, man. We just love football. We love football. We're going to break down the draft. We're going to break down free agency. That's what we do. Salute to my brother, Mike Downs. Appreciate you, bro. Walt, my dog, my brother, man. You already know. Get off my lawn, gang, man. Salute to my brother. Let me see. Salute to LT. Keep up the great content, Graphk. Not going to lie, your videos have helped my mental health. Then I'm doing my job, LT, and I appreciate you, brother. That means a lot to me, bro. As somebody that also deals with heavy anxiety and heavy depression, for me to be able to even help you somewhat, navigate through life, brother, that means a lot to me, man. Salute to you, brother. Real talk. Let me see. Because some people have, this is the thing, right? Some people need the combine. Some people need their pro days. Some people need to build that draft stock. Look what it did for JJ McCarthy, Rebel. Some people need it. McCarthy was looked at as a second-round pick going into the offseason. Period. He looked like he was the second-round guy. Some people need it. People like Marvin Harrison Jr., Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, like why do they need it? There's no reason to go into there and potentially hurt yourself, man. But yes, the combine and pro days are good for certain individuals that are trying to build their stock, trying to build their portfolios up. You know what I mean? Like that's really what it's for, Rebel. Every player doesn't need to go through it. Every player doesn't need to go through it. If you know you're a top 5, top 10 pick, why go out there and potentially hurt yourself? For what? You're gonna lose out on a shit ton of money, bro. I wish I would potentially lose out on millions upon millions of dollars by going out there and tearing my ACL or doing some shit like that and missing my whole first season and potentially going from a first-round pick to a fucking late-round pick. You know what I mean? Just because I went out there and was trying to impress a few people. There's no way in hell, bro. There you go, Q. Another guy, right? Another guy to Wyoming. Potential right tackle that we could look at in the later rounds. Nobody would know who Frank Crum was. I didn't know who Frank Crum was. Bro, I didn't know. I went to the combine, heard his name, heard Hondo. Hondo told me about him as well. He was telling me that he was doing an article on him and shit like that. I found out from about the young kid out of Wyoming because of that. There you have it. Salute, Fresno. I appreciate you, brother. Jose, that was crazy. I don't think y'all realize y'all are my therapist too. So look, it's great that we get therapy with each other, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Salute to my guys. Yeah, man. I know. And Hug, I love it. I love it. And it's not. Do you guys? It's so funny, man. Pittsburgh, man. These guys are moving. They're moving cerebral, man. I don't find it a coincidence. You know what I mean? In that they pick up Cordell Patterson the day as the kickoff rule changes. But I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Bring something back to the game, man, that we've been missing for a long time. I love it, man. And that also, I don't think, Hug, that people realize what that does for people's stock like Anthony Gold, right? Anthony Gold, a young kid out of Oregon. What is it? Is it Oregon State, I believe, right? A kid that probably is going to be a 7th round pick or a UDFA. Somebody may look at him and say, man, look, we're going to go get him a little earlier now because of this rule change. I like it. I like it, man. I like it. He said Trey Tucker could be a secret weapon there. Talk that shit, bro. Where would you rank Sanders in this draft? I'd have him probably 3 or 4? 3 or 4? I have him at 3 or 4. I have Caleb over him. I'm just talking about in terms of complete talent. Everybody knows I'm very, very terrified of Jaden Daniels and with him and his frame and stuff like that. But talent-wise, I'd put him up there with the Caleb Williams first, Jaden Daniels, and then I'd have him probably three, somewhere 4 range, maybe Drake May, somewhere around there. Salute to Jay Schilling, man, my guy. Quinyon Mitchell. That's my guy, man. I've been saying it, man. I've been saying it. But I think that they're going to absolutely love Arnold if he's there at 13. Oh, Renfro to Dallas, huh? They moved on from Michael Gallup. I did say NFC. But wow. Hunter Renfro to the Dallas Cowboys. Is that true, you guys? Let me look this up. And Clowney went to the Panthers, huh? He's from the area too. Panthers and free agent pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney have agreed to terms. At this point, man, Clowney's just getting his money. Let me see. Not seeing nothing yet, but, I believe y'all. I know some of y'all be trolling and shit. Still don't see anything, man. Jaden Daniels is meeting with the Raiders today also, you guys. He is meeting with the Raiders. There's a few teams that he's meeting with today. Yeah, I don't see anything about Hunter Renfro. I did see Clowney go to the Panthers, though. But that'd be an interesting move for them. That would be an interesting move for Dallas. Yeah, I don't see it. I think people were trolling. Salute the 10 Commandments. What are the chances of getting an interview with Denzel Good or the like to get their opinion of our offseason moves? Bro, you already know. Yeah, it was Cap with the whole Hunter Renfro stuff. I can do that. Denzel's my guy, man. I can reach out to him today. 10, that's not a problem. Matter of fact, maybe I should reach out to him, man. Me and Wasted haven't had him on for a little while. We'll reach out to him. Definitely, man. I just don't know where Good's head is at right now, 10 Commandments, in terms of football. I don't know if he's really all in, still watching, seeing the moves that are being made. I think that he's right now like kind of checked out of football. He's retired. So there's no real reason to ask him, what he thinks about certain. He may not even know what the hell's going on at this point. I know he loves the game, but he's moved on to music and spending time with his family and stuff like that. So I don't, me personally, I'd love to bring him on. I just don't want to bring him on and he's like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm gonna hit him up today and ask him his opinion, and maybe if he has some things to say, we'll bring him on. Salute to John Ball, my guy, man. I appreciate you, bro. First time listener, man. You're on fire. Salute to my brother, man. I appreciate you, King. That means a lot. Graphk got a chat member pick for the draft cap. I love that too, man. Because Hug, you see how I ghosted you, right? He wanted to send me a hat, in which Hug is my dog. I'll send him my address. I don't care about that. But I kind of ghosted him because I wanted this to happen. I wanted him to be able to give away those hats to some of our members. So you know what, Hug? I'm gonna do a hat giveaway on Instagram and on Twitter. So let me know. You got 2 of them, right? I believe there's one for me and Wasted. We'll do a hat giveaway on social media, and then I'll announce it also on a live. So there you go. Salute to my brother Hug, always supporting, man. I can't even put it in words how much I respect my guy, man. If Jaden doesn't learn how to slide and get his weight up, he's going to be looking like Viscera Ragdoll and Trish Stratus in the WWE. That is hilarious, bro. Oh, one with the top beats. Okay, got you. I love it. And Top deserved one too. Love it. But that's hilarious, S. Dot. That's funny as shit, bro. Viscera, dog. Yo, salute to Walt. Raiders draft a right tackle, quarterback, corner with the first 3 picks. What position you drafting next? I'm going guard. Oh, shit. No, maybe guard, maybe running back. Guard or running back. One of those two. Well, if you get your right tackle, say you got Fuaga there, then you got Michael Penix, and then you got, let's just say, Kyrie Jackson in the 3rd round or Cam Hart out of Notre Dame, right? I'd probably go guard, or I'm looking at a running back. You can still get a running back in the 5th round, though. So I go guard. I'd go guard right there in the 4th. Look, Wasted is not playing about linebacker. He is not playing about linebacker. I get it, bro. I get it. I understand a lot of people want to address. I think that AP, being a UDFA himself, thinks that he can go get one in the later rounds. I don't think that they're going to get a linebacker early. I don't think they're going to get one in the first 3 or 4 rounds. I could be wrong. If Peyton Wilson is there, if Edrin Cooper's there in the 3rd, and they say, you know what, we want to go get him, or Cedric Gray out of North Carolina, or one of those guys. I just think that personally, he's going to say, man, the Giants found me as a UDFA, and I want a Super Bowl. I'm gonna go get me one of these guys in the later rounds. I mean, last year, what we do? We got Amari Burney in the 6th. You know what I'm saying? And last year we got also another linebacker out of North Carolina State that ended up going to Seattle Seahawks. But we got a UDFA linebacker. I just think they're going to go late, or as a UDFA. Personally, I don't think they're going to go linebacker early. And I think they still believe in Luke Masterson a lot. I think they want to see what they have in Burney. You know what I mean? And but we shall see. We shall see. Yes, Torque. Definitely love his game. Definitely love his game. And I don't know if you've seen the show a few weeks ago with me and Stu. We talked to his running backs coach from Louisville. And Stu went over, what he said. He read his text message. About what he said about the kid. He said he's going to be a dynamic playmaker at the next level. The kid's one of them once. Oh, I agree with you, Wasted. I agree with you, brother. A high-quality linebacker would definitely make the defense special. But I think that they're going all in on the defensive line to make that linebacker room be able to breathe easy a little bit. I think that personally they're going to continue to just build up that D-line and say, we like what we have at linebacker. I think that at some point, they give Spillane a new deal. They add a few years to his existing contract. You know what I mean? And then you still have Divine Diablo to kind of analyze this next year. But the reason why, build that defensive line, make everybody else's life easier. I think that they're going to add another defensive tackle, potentially add another edge rusher in the later rounds in the draft. Just continue to build that. And your linebacking core, their life's going to be a lot easier, bro. A lot easier. So I understand. I get what you're saying. If anything, if you're going to find a linebacker, get you a great linebacker in coverage. Find you a guy, that you can go out there, a ball hawk. You know what I mean? Like we don't need another thumper. We don't need and salute to Spillane. A lot of people were wrong about Spillane, including myself. I was excited about the pickup, but I said he was a thumper. He ended up doing pretty well for us in coverage. But if we're going to get a linebacker, get someone that can cover. Get someone that can cover. Get someone sideline guy that you could put on a Travis Kelce's and put on these top tight ends in the league and go out there and make some plays. Yeah, damn facts. Dominant DL makes the back end better. Second level, your defense, and the third. Okay, are we doing one right now? Or are you doing one later? Wasted took over the show. I love it. Let me see. Luke is a dog. Bernie needs more burn. No pun intended. Salute to my boy Pablo. I agree with you, DPH. Salute to the deepest parts of hell. Del Paso Heights, my guy. Said we need depth. I agree with you. But I'm just saying, bro, I like what we have already. We're bringing back Curtis Bolton too, right? Curtis Bolton, Amari Burney, Luke Masterson. I mean, Divine Diablo, Robert Spillane. We got a shit ton of linebackers right now, man. Oh, okay. We're gonna do one with the chat. Got you. Let's get it. Yeah, I agree with you. I do. That would be a hard pill to swallow, man. Move it, if he's there in a second, which I believe he will be. Edrin Cooper is one of them ones, bro. He can potentially be one of those top linebackers at the next level. Me and Wasted feel the same way about him. Like he even potentially gave him a Fred Warner type of, vibe with the young kid out of A&M. I love him. But the thing is, when you need a quarterback and you need a right tackle, it's just very, very tough to take a linebacker, man, when there's so much talent. Like you need to shore up that right side. You have to figure out the quarterback position. In any other year, man, if we were just, we had our quarterback, our O-line was intact. I'm cool with looking at a linebacker early on, but we have dire needs. We don't have a million needs, but we have dire needs. A right tackle, another shutdown corner, a quarterback. It's just tough for me to see us taking a linebacker early. Salute to my brother Big Mike, man. Checking in, bro. 30 days, 30 prospects. Jaden Daniels tonight. For real quick, man, salute to my brother Big Mike. PlanetRaiders.com is back, you guys. Firing on all cylinders. Our brother Big Mike has been dropping article after article after article and visuals on his YouTube page, Big Mike Raider. Check it out. Go to PlanetRaiders.com. Go to Big Mike's channel. He's been doing haymaker after haymaker. Already Terrion Arnold, already Quinyon Mitchell, now Jaden Daniels today. Make sure to go to PlanetRaiders.com to check it out, man. Salute to my brother, man. And salute to Cat, my guy. If we can't get O-line help, Zeus and Madison going to struggle. Great content, but fuck Ohio State and that diva. Raiders! Salute to Cat, bro. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you with a $5 donation. Redbone, I've been saying this. I'm all good on going in on the Tommy Eichenberg in the later rounds. I love it. I know Cap won't because it's fuck Ohio State, right? But I would be okay with going to get Tommy Eichenberg in those later rounds. And then you could potentially look at, like one of those guys, smaller schools like the kid Dallas out of Toledo. You can look at some of these later round small school linebackers. I'm cool with that. Let me see. When is the passing pro day for Penix? I believe it's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow, you guys? I think it's tomorrow. I could be wrong though. I thought his pro day was tomorrow. That's a reach, Tron. I'm not taking Jordan Travis in the third, bro. I'm just not. No, AJ. He actually had a really good pro day. People are starting to say that shit because I think that they're trying to make him drop. I think people are trolling. I've seen some of his throws. The deep ball was on full display today. Pause if necessary. He threw in the middle of the field. Malik Neighbors, hell of a pro day today. I believe he came in at 210 weight-wise. I think he was like 6'3.5" in terms of height. Yeah, man, he had a good day. He had a good pro day. He was just out there throwing the football, AJ. It was pitch and catch, man. Flores, that's insane. If they gave him that kind of money, man, Carolina just had a really, really bad offseason, bro. Really bad. Clowney, man, he continues to find these. He is the Kirk Cousins of edge rushers. He is the Kirk Cousins of defensive linemen, man. That man will guarantee to fandangle a bag out of somebody year in and year out. Salute to Jadeveon Clowney, a guy that didn't live up to the hype coming out of South Carolina. He's been a good player, productive player, but people keep paying this guy like he is fucking Lawrence Taylor. Salute to Clowney, man. Him and Kirk Cousins got to have the same agent. They got to have the same agent, bro. Like, real talk. They are the finesse gods of the NFL. Shit's crazy, man. Shit's crazy. Yeah, Neighbors killed his pro day. 4.35, caught the football really well. That guy was a dog, man. I can definitely see him, JM, being drafted over Marvin Harrison Jr. I can. He's that good. I interviewed Terrence Taylor from Toledo last, not the edge rush, the edge rusher. He's an absolute gem. Send it over to me. Let me check it out. East Coast. I definitely want to check it out, man. I'm always looking at small school guys. I always love looking at, players that come out of those smaller schools, man. Send it over to me, brother. Let me check it out. Salute to you, man. Doing great work over there at East Coast Gridiron on YouTube. If you guys get an opportunity, man, go support our guy. Does great breakdowns and puts on hours of content, man. Football nerds will definitely love what my guy East Coast does. And I'm a football nerd. You know what I mean? Let me see. JD 5 in his pro day today. Anytime there was any pressure was way off, just like the stats say. I'll go back and check it out, but I got to disagree with you. And where is this pressure? Where's the pressure? What do you mean in terms of pressure? Like just a guy running at you with a mat? Clowney is the flow rider of the end. Golly, bro. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit, bro. Let me see. I totally disagree, Docs. AOC can play the game at a high level. I'm all in. I never said he couldn't. When did I say I didn't believe in AOC? I just think that personally he didn't show me enough last year. So if you can get a better player at that position, you go get him. Personally. But I never said that I don't like AOC. I like AOC a lot. He just has to continue to grow, Downs. You know what I mean? He has to continue to get better. He has to. It's only been 1 year. Shit, really, realistically, I mean, half a season. You know what I mean? I like him, but I don't think that in any world you can just say you're in on AOC, like all in. Like that to me scares me, Mike Downs. Like, and you know, I respect you, brother, and I got love for you, but I don't know how you can be all in on AOC. What did he show you last year that makes you say you're all in on AOC? Like CJ Stroud had an all-in season. Like Aiden didn't have an all-in season, bro. Like there's no way. There's no way. Yeah, let him compete, Chris. I'm all for that. But you see CJ Stroud, you say, "Oh, I'm all in on him." What did Aiden show you last year that says I'm all in on him? You know? Yeah, he definitely needs some work, but as he should. He's coming into his sophomore season. The Stu and Graphk show you had breaking down the draft combine was fantastic and very informative. Thank you, Transplant. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to Mac, LV Raiders. Drake May and Penix both have their pro days tomorrow. Which one AP attends says a lot about who he prefers, right? Well, let me say this. You know, West Coast, I think AP is going to be there. Him and Champ Kelly were at the Oregon and Washington game, I believe. So I believe we're going to have some people in attendance for that. But AP doesn't need to be, you know, this is why you have a scouting department, Mac. This is why you have an assistant GM, why you have, you know, your GM, why you have other parts, you know what I mean, your quarterback's coach and so on and so forth. I think we're going to have people in both. I think we're going to have people in attendance in both. But I do believe that AP will be probably, if I had to guess, in Washington for Penix Pro Day. You know what I mean? He's already kept an eye on him. You know what I mean? He was out there, him and Champ Kelly looking at, you know, Bo Nix and Michael Penix. I'm just assuming here. I think he's going to be at the Washington one, but there will be scouting, our scouting department probably over there as well with Drake May. Salute to you. Salute to my brother Kawhi. Clenched fist, no bullshit. Clowney $24 million bag. Whoa. Hopefully Graham is finally able to start putting this D together. Great defensive line will make the back end great. Facts. And I think last year he started to already show that he is. You know, I mean, the defense it went from okay and bad to okay to great. You know, just keep building on what we got going on. I think Christian Wilkins was the big highlight of this offseason, and that's going to take this defense over the top. You know what I'm saying? With this upcoming draft and potentially some of the young guys that we got last year, you know, and the year before, I'm depending a lot this year, Qua, on the sophomore guys and the junior guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what these third-year guys do. Well, I can't really say third year because none of them are really around. Matthew Butler, Neil Farrell's gone. Let me say fourth-year guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys on their last year of their deals. The Nate Hobbs of the world, the Merricks of the world, the Divine Diablos of the world. I'm really keeping an eye on these guys, you know, in their fourth year, and some of the Byron Youngs, the Mari Bernies, the Nesta Jades this upcoming season. Salute to my guy, Qua, man. But I think that I can't say Graham is finally being able to put a D together. I think he already started to do that last year. Salute to Leo. Where would I said this earlier, Leo. I think he'd be a top 5 pick, but I would have had Jaden and I would have had Caleb over him. Salute to Leo. I think he'd be a top 5 pick. I think Shedeur in this year's draft would probably end up being. Where are the Giants at? Are they at 5? Are they at 5? I think he'd end up probably. I don't see him going to New England. I don't think him and Dion, think that that's a fit for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because now he's pretty much calling his shot of where he wants to go. I don't think New England would be one of the places he want to go. The military, ran organization. I don't think he want to go there. They're at 6. Okay, they're at 6. So, I mean, potentially the Giants, potentially another team trades up. I could see, if we missed out on Jaden Daniels, I could see the Raiders going up to get him in this year's draft, but he won't be. Chargers at 5. There you go. Valley Podcast, I got to disagree with you, brother, heavily. That's way too much money. Way too much money for a guy that probably gives you a few snaps a season, man. You know what I mean? Like, look, that's way too rich for my blood. But you already know I'm cheap Graphk anyway. So, but me personally, I'm not paying that kind of money for a Trey White. No way in hell. Vince, I can see the Falcons, but they already went and got Kirk Cousins. Let me see. Oh, I like that question, Walt. I like that question, and I definitely would. Definitely would. To potentially secure your quarterback of the future and just moving on from a second to go get him, I would. Great question. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I definitely would. Cruz, appreciate you, brother. AJ, I hope that we're keeping an eye on Stephon Gilmore at this point. Definitely. Graphk AOC helped AP get his dream job. I mean, shit. Josh Jacobs did. Max Crosby did. Devontae Adams did. Amik Robertson had, he did. He's gone. Josh Jacobs gone. Jermaine Illuminor helped get his dream job. He's gone. I hear you. I'm just saying at the end of the day, brother, it's not just Aiden O'Connell that helped him. Like a lot of people did. You know what I mean? So, I hear you, man. Look, I'm not going to spend this whole day talking about Aiden O'Connell. I told you guys before, I like Aiden O'Connell a lot. Do I love Aiden O'Connell? No, but I like him a lot. Hopefully this offseason, he's taking it serious like I've been saying, and I've been hearing he has. Hopefully he just becomes a better football player in year 2, and hopefully he's competing for the for QB1 spot. That's just a good sign that he's getting better. But me personally, I'm just not right now willing to say, here, AOC, take the keys to the car and lead us to the promised land. That's not me saying he's not a good football player. That's just me saying I don't believe that right now at this point in his career, he can be the guy to move us forward. That's all I'm saying. And if he is the guy, then hey, I got to live with it. And hopefully he proves me wrong. But until then, I'm sticking to the script. I don't think AOC is taking us to the promised land. Now, if he gets better, continues to grow. I mean, look, man, AP just said, what do you look for in your quarterback? What do you want in your quarterback this year? He said, a runner. That ain't O'Connell. Salute to Robbie, man, my boy. No, I don't. I think we'll take a hit in terms of the locker room. He was a leader. A lot of people loved him in the locker room. Max, him, they're tight brothers. You know what I'm saying? I think we take a hit in the locker room. I think we take a slight hit in terms of our culture. You know what I'm saying? Because Josh was one of the ones. But production on the field, Robbie, I don't. At the end of the year last year, Zeus showed us some things. He showed us some things. He played against some pretty good defenses too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're going to be okay with Zeus. I think we're going to be okay with Madison as like that running back 3. And I think we're going to be okay with drafting one of these running backs in a heavy running back class. I don't think we take a loss in terms of production on the football field because, Josh kind of had he had a down year. You know what I mean? He had a down year. He was hurt, but me personally, no. I don't. You're always going to take some type of loss, though, when you lose an all-pro, running back in Josh Jacobs that led the league in rushing a few years prior, right? And a guy that has been a proven, leader in that locker room. But in terms of production on the football field, I don't. I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be fine. They already want to go to this. They want to get away from the workhorse, running back thing, Robbie. They want to go to running back committee. They want to have more, rotational. Zeus in, Madison in, rookie in, Amir Abdullah third down. Like they want to get it. They want to have this be a well-oiled machine and not just depend on one guy. And I like that. I love the running back by committee idea. You moving on from Josh Jacobs is basically saying, look, because Josh is a guy he's a running back that needs to be a workhorse guy. He needs to have the football over and over and over again. I'm cool. I'm cool with getting away from that and being more of a running back by committee type thing. Salute too, man. Welcome to the channel, brother. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. And transplant, yeah, Zeus game versus the Chiefs convinced me. Yeah, man. Facts. Get some questions in, you guys. Get some questions in, man. We're an hour and a half in. I still got some time before I got to go get my kids. 2-year, $24 million, man. Holy shit, dog. That is crazy, man. Let me see. Yeah, Dan. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough. It's a different ball game up there, man, in Green Bay in that cold weather. Valley Podcast. Like I like Drake May. He to me is like how I felt about Mr. Mayonnaise coming out of Kentucky. You know what I'm saying last year. Like that's my guy. Like in terms of being a potential starter at the next level and being a formidable starter, a really good football player at the next level. I think I know a lot of people are getting away from Drake May, calling him a project and all this stuff. I think he's going to be good at the next level. If $8 million is overpaying JM, then okay, then he's right. If $8 million is overpay, then he's right. But I mean, I think that was the right price tag from what I'm hearing, from multiple people, that it was $8 million. So, that's what I heard was the move. That's what I heard. And I don't think that's overpay at all. I think that's exactly what around that price tag. That's what I would have paid. $7-8 million. Fucking wasted, bro. Stop it, dog. I have a question. Did you see the elite milk muffins I sent you on the gram? Bro, you didn't see what I sent you? Dog, look at this shit, bro. Bro, hey, look at the just go look real quick at what emojis I put on it, okay? That's crazy, bro. Wasted, you ain't shit, dog. Salute to my brother. Torque, no, none at all. None at all. I don't want anything to do with Jamal Adams. I don't believe the effort is there like it once was. He's not great in coverage at all. Waste is stupid. No, I'm off of the whole Jamal Adams thing. Let me see. Eric, I would assume that if you don't take Penix at 13, you're probably planning on trying to trade back up to go get your guy, whether it's Penix or Bo Nix, or maybe they're comfortable waiting for the second round and taking, a Pratt or a Spencer Rattler or a Jordan Travis later on, which we do have a top 30 visit with him. So I don't know who's to say, but I think all I'm gonna say is this: if Penix is the guy, go get him. Don't play around with it. Don't waste your time. Just go get him. If he's there at 13 and that's your guy, you think he can be the guy of the future, just go get him. Don't play around with it. But I do believe if they go get a corner or a right tackle, probably trying to attempt to trade back up to go get him, or they already have another guy in mind in the middle rounds. Salute the 10 Commandments, my guy. Oh, I got to fire Jenny says that coffee his wife brings him is going to hit different on Wasteless next live. Speaking of coffee, I got a fire logo coming on the way, y'all. It's going to be dope. I got a fire logo for Coffee and Convo, so stay tuned. Are you satisfied with the tight end room, knowing we are so young and inexperienced at quarterback? Yeah, I'm cool with it, man. You got Harrison Bryant, a guy that's been around a few years. You know, he's a good blocker. You know what I mean? And then you have Michael Mayer, who I think is going to be at some point a top tight end in the league. You know what I mean? He started to finally build that rapport last year with AOC. You know, when he was the QB1. I think he's going to be a dog. I like our tight end room, bro. I do. Now, do I think that if Brock Bowers is there at 13, do I think that Tom Telesco is going to take a look and just at least think about it? I do. Which I don't think he'll be there. I think he's going to be a Jet at 10, the 10 spot. I think he'll be a Jet. But that'd be interesting, man, because that, you know, a lot of people look at Brock Bowers as this generational tight end talent. So it'd be interesting to see if he's at 13, if we take him. But I like our tight end room, man. It kind of reminds me of last year. You brought in Harrison Bryant. He's a better blocker than Hooper. But it's just, you know, you brought in Hooper to be that veteran to Michael Mayer in his rookie season. This is his second year. I think Mayer is going to be a lot better. You know, and like I said, Harrison Bryant to be that tight end too, that can block for you and give you some somewhat production in the passing game. But I'm cool. I like our tight end room. I do. Let me see. Raider John says, if we trade down, what compensation do you think would make it worth it? In terms of trading down for what, John? Do you mean from the second round or in the first round? And what do you mean by trading, like to go get who? To target who, my brother? Let me see. Facts, man. Ricky, bro, I'm telling you, Mayer's going to be one of them ones, dog. He's going to be one of them ones. He's going to be one of the ones, bro. I'm telling you. He's going to be at some point top 5, top 7 tight end in the league. Oh, so you're saying to trade down to the top 3, John? We talked about this earlier in the show. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, bro. It's probably going to be 3 firsts and multiple seconds. That's probably what's going to be get it done. And maybe, you know, if one of those teams down there in the top 3, you know, they smell blood in the water and they sense desperation out of us, they may even ask for a player. You know what I mean? So something to keep an eye on, you know, but I think it's gonna be a shit ton of draft capital, 3 firsts, a few seconds, and potentially a player, depending on what team it is. New England, you know what I mean? They may, you know, they need a lot of help on that roster. The Commanders, they need a lot of help on that roster. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a lot of draft capital. I'll tell you that. Multiple firsts, and maybe a potential couple seconds. Let me see. Salute to Psycho. Got a question. Am I the only one when I see a hat with the New Era emblem on the side? All I think is New England Patriots. I think you are the only one, brother. I think you're the only one. Oh, Coach, I didn't say anything was wrong with it, brother. If that's the move, go get him. Go get him. If that's the move, go get him. And I think AP kind of showed his hand today. You know, I don't know if I didn't even get a chance to really read the article that Vinny B dropped, but you know, I seen the highlight, you know, the headline, you know, what do you want out of your quarterback? A runner. What are you looking for at a quarterback? A runner. I think he's letting these teams know we're coming for our guy. And if you guys need a trade target, call my guy Tom and let's have a conversation. And don't think for 1 minute that there's not going to be conversations had with the Commanders, you know, with New England, with Arizona, with the New York Giants. There's definitely going to be the phones going off the hook with those teams in front of us. Torque, I don't know, man. You know, AP comes off as a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve to me. That's why, you know, I like the way Tom Telesco goes about his business. See, I'm more, me personally, I'm more a cerebral guy, Torque. Like, I love AP and I love who he is, and I don't want him to stop being who he is, but I just think that he talks a lot. And that's no disrespect. I just think he's more flamboyant with, this is what I want. This is what I want. This, and that. He's a lot more. I just like, your GM has to be a lot less than that. I'm saying it. I think that he kind of he's the balance to AP. Tom Telesco is going to be quiet, cerebral. Hey, we have some needs. We're going to fill those needs. Well, how are you going to do it? I don't know. You'll see. Draft, April. Once again, what did he say? What did he say about free agency? This is going to be a free agency period where I'm probably going to have to go out there and do a lot more than I really want to do. What did he do? He just went and got Christian Wilkins, and he brought a few of our guys back and signed Gardner Minshew. He didn't really go out there and spend a massive amount of bread. He didn't do what he said he was really realistically going to do. You know what I mean? But he didn't show his hand. Yeah, he paid a shit ton of money to one of the best players in free agency, but he was smart about it. We're going to go out there and spend. No. Shit, we still got a shit ton of money right now. So look, I'm not against the way AP moves. You know what I mean? And it's not everyone knows this shit's not, I'm not trying to hide it. They know how AP feels about his guys, the Brandon Ayuk's. There's a reason why we were connected to that for a minute. The Jaden Daniels of the world. There's a reason for this. You know what I mean? Like, he loves his guys. I think there's a reason why we brought in Darian Butler, the linebacker, as a UDFA from Arizona a few years back, which he was on an IR all last year. And hopefully we still get some, something out of him this upcoming season. He's still under contract. You know what I mean? Jack Jones, there's a reason why he went and got one of his guys. You know what I mean? So I think this is a perfect marriage. One is the rah-rah. The other one is, yeah, exactly, Adam. Perfect match. Facts. Salute to the 1,100 plus people still in the building, man. AP playing that Jedi mind tricks. Salute to my guy. Chris for Raiders. Always support what we do. Salute to my guy, Raider Ortiz. Do you think the Raiders can go after Dak Prescott next year if they strike out this year? We definitely could. I don't want to. I live in Dallas, Ortiz, and I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't see you winning a Super Bowl paying Dak Prescott north of $50-60 million. I don't see it. And I'm already seeing articles about the Raiders being tied to him. Yeah, it makes sense because we're probably going to be one of the teams that maybe needs a quarterback. So it makes all the sense in the world. But I don't want Dak Prescott. I'm not a fan of Dak Prescott. I am not one of them ones. I'm not. So no, I'm not willing to give up all that damn money to go pay a mid-ass quarterback. Yeah, he had a great season last year, but when it mattered the most, got into the playoffs, he didn't get it done. The defense didn't get it done. The run game didn't get it done. I'm cool. No, thank you, sir. I don't want to overpay a regular ass football player. Salute to Dak Prescott, though. I see him as specs. You know what I mean? We go to the same liquor store. He lives down the street. I see him. I see Darren McFadden. They're always in the building. Salute to those guys. No disrespect as human beings. I just don't want to pay him that a shit ton of money. You know what I mean? Omar, bro, I hope we don't give up the farm. AP is making it too obvious, bro. Teams are coming for blood now. If we can get Penix and stay put or trade back. There you go. Omar, I'm with you, King. Salute to my dog on a $5 donation. Felon says his market will go down in free agency. It's depending on who needs a quarterback. If there's a win now team in win now mode and one of their quarterback went down and he won't be ready for, look, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see there's a name there. The production has been there. Last year he had a shit ton of production. I think he's going to get paid because quarterbacks get paid. Felon. Look what Gardner Minshew got paid. You know what I'm saying? Look what we paid Jimmy G a year ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who this is. It's probably my son's school. Real quick, y'all. 1 second. My apologies, y'all. You know what? I got to get out of here anyway. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I got to call my son's school back. He's been dealing with a really, really, really bad toothache. He hasn't slept in like 3 days. I took him to the dentist the other day. I got to get him early today from school so I can give him his medication and stuff like that. So let me get the hell out of here. Maybe tonight we can do something else. Hey, man, everybody, holla at Wasted, man. See if he wants to do a Graphk and Wasted or a Wasted and Graphk show tonight. I'm down to do an algorithm show. If you guys are free, man, I would love to do it tonight. Y'all want to do a show tonight? Would love it. Walt, love you too, brother. I would love to do a show tonight, man. You know what I mean? Well, we can run it back, man. We can run it back. Salute to Reese on the way out. What QB holds the most value? JJ, QB on a champ team, Penix, who played a championship runner-up team, or Jaden, who won the Heisman? That's a great question. It's a great question. It just depends on what you want out of your quarterback. You know what I mean? Do you want the runner that can also get it done in the air, the Heisman Trophy winner? Do you want a guy, Michael Penix, that can, use his legs when need be, but is a great, pocket guy? You look at Michael Penix, or JJ, a guy that, had a great defense and a great run game, and you're still trying to figure out, is he a game manager or is he more than that? Do you take a fly? Just depends on what organization you are, man. Salute to Reese Rock, my guy, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. Let me get the hell out of here and go get my son, man. Appreciate you guys as always. Love y'all. Wipe them feet on the way out. Hit that subscribe button. Salute. Gone.